You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, General Hospital fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I want to talk about Esme Prince getting back her memories at long last. This is exciting because there are so many possibilities of what she might do next. I want to talk about all of them because it's so wild. It seems to be coming out at Christmas when there's supposed to be love and light in the world. Is it about to get dark and deadly instead? Will Silent Night turn to Violent Night? And who will Esme come after? Let's dig into all of this. But first, if you haven't already, please reach down and click subscribe so you don't miss a thing. We saw on Monday's episode that Esme Prince had a flash of her life pre-amnesia. If you don't recall, she's had amnesia since around New Year's Eve 2022/New Year's Day 2023. It's about time she recalled her wicked ways, and it looks like it's here, it's happening. What's interesting is that these scenes on Monday should shut down the rumors that Esme's been pretending all along to have amnesia. I always believed she did have it, despite how wicked she was before, and that was absolutely confirmed on Monday when Esme was totally shocked by this pre-amnesia flashback as she was decorating the Christmas tree in her new apartment where she and baby Ace just moved. She talked about their first Christmas and ornaments, and then had a flashback, dropped the ornament, and it crashed down as she looked horrified, and I think it's all coming back. She had a little memory of when she was held hostage at Windermere by her baby daddy, Nikolas Cassadine. Side note, I know a lot of people still think that's really Spencer's baby. I just want to remind you, Spencer was going out of his way to avoid her touch, her kiss, and being in her bed back then. That was at the point that Trina was already on trial. He was in love with her and trying to get evidence on Esme to save Trina from jail. He only spent time with Esme to try and get the goods on her. Esme even specifically complained that they were not being intimate at all. So yeah, they could change this and do a flashback and say it was a one-time thing. But for the existing storyline and existing footage, that is Nikolas's kid. So I would be okay with it being Spencer's. There's just no evidence of it at the present moment. So they would have to do a retcon, which would be okay. But for now, we've got Nikolas as the dad of Ace. And Nikolas, of course, held Esme captive. I think it was up in the East Wing at Windermere. And she had asked for a tree because it was Christmas time. And she was using toilet paper to decorate it, if you don't recall. And then she set some of that teepee on fire to start a panic so she could escape. And then she dove off the parapet to get away from Nikolas. And that's how she wound up with amnesia, just if you don't remember. After a year of not being herself, giving birth to her baby and trying to be a good mom, she is about to have that wicked side of hers completely restored. The question is, will there be any goodness in her once she gets her memories back? Has being a mother changed Esme Prince? Will her memories returning mean that she just recalls her past, or does it mean she's going to be back to her old, rotten, scheming self? I certainly hope it's door number 2 and she's back to being evil Esme, because that's just a lot of fun. All right, so let's talk about a few things that could happen with Esme's memories coming back to her. The first one, Esme, I think, would try to steal Spencer. An official spoiler for the end of this week says Esme makes a gesture to Spencer for the holidays. Maybe she invites him to spend time with Ace for Christmas, but at her new place. I mean, it's natural that Spencer would want to see where his little brother is living, but she might try and use it to get closer to Spencer. And we know how much Esme hated Trina Robinson, and Spencer's feelings for Trina, his crush on Trina, was why Esme set up the whole revenge video she filmed of Cam and Jocelyn doing the deed to frame Trina. And if you remember, her dad Ryan was not happy that Esme was playing these reindeer games when he had things that he wanted her focused on instead. So first thing is her trying to steal Spencer. Number 2, Esme may try and destroy Trina again. Given how much time and effort she put into messing with Trina's life, almost sending her to prison, she might try it again with her memories back in her brain. Remember, Esme's got a double dose of crazy in her DNA. Half Ryan Chamberlain, half Heather Weber. She is messed up in the membrane, right? And by the way, congrats to Ali Mills for her Emmy win as Heather. She is a fantastic recast. And, you know, they just had Esme issue a sincere apology to Trina. So I think this is definitely going to be one of her goals, is to mess with her. The good news is that Trina still doesn't trust her and has her guard up. So maybe Esme can't get away with it. We'll see. The third thing, I think Esme may try and rack in fat stacks of Cassadine cash. Right now, Esme is supporting herself, working her little job at the Invader and scraping by. But really, she should be getting a hefty child support check each month from not dead Nikolas Cassadine. He should be supporting his son Ace, and he is not. Yet, of course, we saw the first thing he did was make a big grab for the Cassadine inheritance once he healed and was out of the coma. And that, in fact, is the only reason anyone knows for sure that he's alive, because he went to the bank. So I think Esme may come after Nikolas and make a cash grab. Her son's entitled to child support, but Esme may want lots of money, because you remember how money grubbing she was in the past. The fourth thing, I think, is that Esme may target Nikolas for takedown. I really, really hope Nikolas is back soon and he's the mystery buyer of Windermere, no matter who is in the role. I did that casting leak the other day where we talked about 3 actors being back, one that's been gone since 2023, one that's been gone a lot longer, and one kind of in the mid-range. And definitely 2 of the actors that played Nikolas fit into this. So I think, actually, no, just one. Anyway, but I hope part of this casting rumor does manifest and it turns out to be him. And with Esme's memories rushing back to her soon, I think she's going to be just as wicked as the Dark Prince, which is an interesting dynamic. And if Nikolas does come back, I totally expect her to target him. Why wouldn't she? He held her captive, he tormented her, and he planned to steal her baby. So I kind of don't feel too bad for anything that Esme does to Nikolas Cassadine, right? Maybe she should shove him off the parapet at Windermere if he's the one who bought it. Although, Cassadines rarely die that way. And Nikolas even faked his own death in the past by pulling that exact stunt. He held her captive. He was cruel to her. He had those custody papers drawn up that he was trying to strong arm her into signing. So yeah, definitely. I was so excited after Monday's episode to see Esme have that flashback, and I think Esme might have a little wicked to-do list coming out of Christmas, and it'll be interesting to see if she wants to redeem herself or turns right back into her awful old persona. One thing is for certain, I do not think Esme will tell anyone that her memories came back, and I do expect chaos to ensue, and I'm looking forward to it. Hey, please click subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely drop your comments on what you hope Esme does when her memories are back, and be sure to come back often, because we are here talking General Hospital 7 days a week. And as always, this is your host, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.